What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ravi Wadan, and in today's video, I want to show you guys how you can negotiate an awesome lease deal on a brand new Acura ZDX. Now, if you're like me and you spend your spare time scouring the internet looking for awesome electric vehicle lease deals, you've probably seen that the Acura ZDX is leasing extremely well this month. But if you're wondering how you can actually negotiate that lease deal, I'll show you how in this video. So my plan for this video is to head to an online marketplace like AutoTrader and search for an Acura ZDX in my area. And then what we'll do is we'll plug that Acura ZDX into the drive match calculator and see how we can price one out and get an awesome lease deal on it. Because with the drive match calculator, we can insert the discount, we'll get the residual value, whether it's a 24-month lease, a 36-month lease, whether it's 10,000 miles or 12,000 miles. We can also plug in all of the nitty-gritty information, and the drive match calculator will automatically pull in all of the rebates. So all you have to do is really focus on the discount, and with that discount, you should be able to land an awesome lease deal on this Acura ZDX. So if that sounds good to you, please be sure to like and please be sure to follow. And if you haven't already, please be sure to check out the Mint Mobile link in the description below or in the link in my bio. My wife and I recently switched to Mint Mobile, and we're saving over $100 a month on our cell phone bill, and we couldn't be happier. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the computer behind me. All right, so what I did is I just typed in Acura ZDX near me. And as you can see, I have a bunch of Acura ZDXs listed here. These are all sponsored posts. And what I'm looking for is a ZDX A-Spec all-wheel drive. So let's go ahead and check out this one at, looks like Carter's Acura of Linwood. So it's near me. It's about 30 miles north of where I live in downtown Seattle. And as you can see, the monthly lease price is $637 a month. But you know, anytime you're shopping for a vehicle and you're on the dealership's website, you're not really getting accurate lease numbers or finance numbers. And that's where the drive match calculator really comes in. So what we're going to do is head over to drivematch.com, and then we'll just click on calculator. And what I'm going to do is insert this exact same vehicle. So it's a 2024, it's an Acura ZDX, and the trim is the A-Spec all-wheel drive. So as you can see, it's the all-wheel drive with A-Spec package. Now, we will have to manually enter the MSRP of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and take a look at the MSRP. Where is the MSRP listed? Okay, it's $70,450. So let's plug that in, $70,450. This is where you insert the discount, but we won't do that quite yet. In terms of the dealer zip code, I'm just going to enter my own zip code, and that way it will pull the lease programs for my area where I live. And what I'm going to do is click on special lease rates, because as you will see with the standard lease rates, you're looking at a 36-month lease at a 0.0028 money factor, which is 6.72%. But if we click on the special lease rates, you're looking at 36 months at 2.88%, or a money factor of 0.0012, which is much lower. So we're going to go with the special lease rates. And this is a really powerful tool, right? So this is exactly the buy rate that the dealership has, 2.88%, or a money factor of 0.0012. Now, if you get a money factor that's higher than 0.0012, and you know you're tier 1 credit, then you know that the dealership is maybe the sell rate is higher than the buy rate, and the dealership is maybe leaving some room for profit for themselves. Now, that's not a bad thing, but transparency is important. But you can see the money factor is 0.0012. Now, what we're going to do is just click on residual values. And I'm going to start with 24 months at 10,000 miles a year, and you'll see that the base residual percentage comes in. It's 47%, and the residual values are not negotiable. So the dealership on a 24-month lease at 10,000 miles a year, they wouldn't increase or decrease this number. It's kind of set in stone. And as you can see, here is the base money factor at 0.0012. And if the dealership is marking up, you can account for the markup here. And then you have the one-pay money factor adjustment. We're not going to do that. And if you can get security deposits, you can insert those here as well. As I said, this is a very intricate, very high level calculator. Now, what we're going to do is, here's all of the incentives that this ZDX qualifies for. So you have the conquest offer, the loyalty offer, you have a captive lease offer, another captive lease offer, you have the clean vehicle credit, which is essentially the EV tax credit, you have a college grad bonus, a dealer offer, lease offer of $6,000, and a military appreciation offer, of $750. Now, if you qualify for conquest or loyalty, you can click either one of these boxes. Now, in order to qualify for Conquest, you just click on this information here, and it'll tell you if you own, someone in your household has a 2014 or newer Audi, BMW, Cadillac, Chevrolet, Ford, Genesis, Honda, Hyundai, Infiniti, Kia, Lexus, Mazda, Mercedes-Benz, Nissan, Polestar, Rivian, Subaru, Tesla, Toyota, Volkswagen, or Volvo vehicle, you can qualify for this $4,000 rebate, right? On the other hand, if you qualify for loyalty, you can check on this box and see what the eligibility is for loyalty. So essentially, if anybody, you or anybody in your household owns a 2014 or newer Acura vehicle, you'll qualify for the loyalty rebate. Now, these two rebates are not stackable, so you will only qualify for one or the other. In my case, let's just assume that I qualify for the Conquest offer. So I'm going to give that a click. I'm going to give the captive lease offer a click, which is $8,450. We'll do the captive lease offer for Group 2 as well. We'll click the clean vehicle credit. I don't qualify for the college graduate bonus. And then the dealer offer and lease offer of $6,000. I don't believe these are stackable, although you can make these stackable. I think you can only get one or the other. So I'll just check on dealer offer, and then I won't check military appreciation offer. Now, if you have other incentives that you qualify for, I don't know, maybe it's AARP or a rebate that's not listed here, you can add those additional incentives. Maybe it's a mail-in offer that's not listed here. You can add those additional incentives here. I do not have any of those additional incentives. And then right here, we're just gonna add the acquisition fee. I can't remember what the AC fee is on Acura. So let's just do Acura acquisition fee. $595 is what I'm seeing. I see that here. I see that here. Thomas Acura showing $595. So, okay, it's a $595 acquisition fee. That is non-negotiable. A dealer fee can vary from $500 or $400 to, you know, $1,000. Let's just go with $750. Tax title registration fee. Here in the state of Washington, you're probably looking at $1,500 just because you have to pay taxes on the $7,500 EV tax credit, and then registration fees, which are based on MSRP. $1,500 I think is a conservative estimate. And I don't think we have any other information to add. And the cool thing with Drive Match is you can do a sign and drive, which essentially means you don't pay anything up front. You can do first month's only due at signing, and you'll see that the monthly payment automatically updates here. It's a pre-tax monthly payment of $724, a final monthly payment of $798. And then if you do custom, you can add a custom amount, right? You can do $2,000, and this $2,000 includes taxes, registration fees, dealer fees. All of these fees here are rolled into the due at signing amount. And if the taxes and fees are over the due at signing amount, they're essentially rolled into the monthly payment. So let's just keep this at $2,000 to account for registration, first month's payment, some things like that. Let's just keep it at $2,000 for now. And what you're gonna see is the monthly payment is $676. Actually, let's do first month. Sorry, excuse me. Let's do first month's payment due at signing. So $798 total due at signing and a monthly payment of $798. Now, you can play around with these numbers to get them more favorable. Now, what we can do is, we can alter the term to 27 months. This is what I like to do. So as you can see, it's $798 right now, the monthly payment. So let's do 27 months. The payment drops to $749. 30 months, the payment goes to $709. 33 months, the payment goes to $609. And at 36 months, the payment goes to $670, as you can see up here in the top right-hand corner. And then for 39 months, there's no money factor found for 39-month term, so I don't think there's a 39-month term available. At least the Drive Match calculator is not showing it, so I'm going to go with a 36-month term. And if you need 12,000 miles or 15,000 miles a year, you'll see the payment automatically adjusts. But let's go with 10,000 miles a year. And now comes the fun part, right? Now we can really play around with the discount. So let's say the dealership that you're working with, is offering you a 5% discount. And this 5% discount does not include rebates, right? So when a dealership or a salesperson is telling you, hey, I discounted the car 10% or 20%, that shouldn't include any rebates or incentives. That should just be a cash discount from the MSRP, and then we want to apply those rebates and incentives. So Let's go ahead and go with a 5% discount. You'll see the monthly payment becomes $557 or $557 with $557 due at signing. And if we can get a 10% discount on these cars, which is, it's not unheard of. It's a 10% discount on a ZDX. It's not selling well. And I've seen people on Reddit and other forums, getting 10% discounts. So if you can get a 10% discount, you're looking at $445 due at signing and a monthly payment of $445. And if you can do, 13%, or 15%, let's just get really, really aggressive. I'm not saying that you'll get there, but 15%, your monthly payment is going to be $332 with $332 down. And this is in the state of Washington, but I do think 10% is reasonable for this car. $445 due at signing, that's total due at signing. That's just rolling in all taxes, fees, registration, everything. So total $445 out of pocket, with a monthly payment of $445 on an MSRP of $70,450. Ladies and gentlemen, that's like a 0.65% lease deal. As a matter of fact, let's just run it. 445 divided by 7450. Yeah, 0.63%. So, anytime you run that calculation, and you get a number under 1.5%, that's a good deal. Under 1.25% is a great deal, and under 1% is an amazing lease deal. And this car sitting at 0.63% is an amazing lease deal. It's way under 1%. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for an Acura ZDX, I highly suggest that you leverage the drive match calculator, It's $20 a month. It's a reoccurring charge, but I think if you're shopping for a car, it's completely worth it because it will help you save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on your next car purchase. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I would personally shop for an Acura ZDX if I were in the market for one right now. I would totally leverage the drive match calculator, whether you're shopping for an Acura ZDX or whether you're shopping for a BMW or Mercedes, and you don't have to be leasing it. Even when you use the drive match calculator on a finance purchase, it will pull the interest rates. It'll show the buy rate. You can pretty much desk a deal exactly how a dealership would, and that gives you full transparency. And that way you can decide what you want to pay the dealer, and what you decide what you think is a fair deal. Now, for all of you that don't want to do this, haggling with dealerships, check out drivematch.com. It's where you can get pre-negotiated lease deals on just about any type of car in the country, and we ship generally just about every corner of the United States. And it's a company that I co-founded and I'm very, very proud of. But if you guys have any questions about leasing or the Acura ZDX lease deal, let me know in the comment section below. Financial knowledge is power. Please like and follow for more.